Hello students, welcome back to a new video. This is Miss Anna. For today's video, we're going to be working with a 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. First, if you guys already know this topic, use this video as a review. And if you guys don't, pay close attention. We're going to start reviewing the vocabulary, okay? Factor is the number you're going to use to multiply times another number. Okay, so for example, you're going to have the number 23. 23 is going to be one of your factors. Okay, and then you're going to use your times sign. And then another factor you can use, well, it could be any number, right? It's going to be your first factor, and then another factor could be, let's make it simple, 2. So 23 times 2, and then your equal sign. And then right here, the answer, as we call it, it's called the product. So right here, you're going to have your product, which we don't know yet. Okay? I'm going to show you the steps you need to follow to answer multiplications like these. Pretty easy. Okay, so first we're going to start locating the biggest number, okay? We use these to make it easier, to make it pretty. We're going to use a format like this. We're going to go ahead and choose the bigger number, the biggest number, which is 23 in this case. We're going to go ahead and put it as like this. And then if you notice, this one, it's only a ones, right? It's a ones. It's in the ones place. This one's on the tens, this one's on the ones. So when you go ahead and write it, make sure that you put the ones under the ones, not under the tens, because this is not a 20, it's only a 2. So make sure to put it under the ones, okay? Just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and use this first column and answer the multiplication, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to multiply 2 times 3 and then 2 times 2. Okay, you need to do it in different steps, not at once, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so you go ahead and use 3 times 2 right here. These two first. 3 times 2 or 2 times 3. 2 times 3. You guys know it's 6. So you go ahead and put the 6 right here. You don't carry anything because your answer is only once. I'm going to show you that later, okay? And then you go ahead and do a 2 times 2 right here. Notice that I answered this one first, and I put the answer right under it. I didn't put it over here. I put it right here because 6 is the answer for this multiplication right here. Okay, the next one we're going to do is 2 times 2. Okay, I don't have anything to do with the 3. I'm done with the 3. So now I go to the 2. Okay, so now we have 2 times 2, which is 4. Then we go ahead and put the 4 under the tens place. And I have right here my product. Okay, remember the answer, we don't call it answer anymore, we call it product. So 23 times 2 is equal to 46. Okay, so as we know, to solve multiplication, there's another way. This one's a traditional way, the one I just showed you, where you multiply like this and then like that. But there's also one called repeated addition. If you hear the word repeated, sounds like what? Like repeat, right? Repeated addition. So that means that you repeat addition. So you add to show multiplication in another way. Okay, so the way these work is by using your factors, both of your factors, in an addition form. Okay, so you're going to use 23. How many times do you think you're going to add 23? You're going to add 23 2 times. Okay, so what that means is when you see something like this and you don't feel comfortable using the traditional way, You can also solve it as repeated addition. I'm going to show you how. So you have 23 times 2. So you're going to have 23 plus another 23. And why is that? 23 2 times. Well, because you're multiplying 23 times 2. So instead of putting 23 times 2, you put 23 plus 23. Remember to use the number you're multiplying by the number you're multiplying. Okay, so you repeat the number, the factor. You repeat the factor as many times as you're multiplying by. Okay, so in this case was 23 2 times. So now we're going to head and add. Okay, so this one has a tricky part too. When you're adding, remember that you add first your ones and then your tens. And if you have hundreds, then your hundreds. Okay, so please do not start adding to this side. Okay, you need to start adding on the ones. So in this case, it's going to be 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. You go ahead and put it under it. Please do not put it on this side because that's going to make it wrong. Put it under it, okay? Since we don't carry anything, we just go ahead and add the second column, okay? This one's 4, 2 plus 2. And if you notice, we already have the same answer. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a different example. Okay, now we're going to use 23 times 4. Remember, we're working with 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. Okay, so we're going to use the traditional way. First, locate the biggest factor. The biggest factor right here is 23. So you're going to go ahead and write the 23 first. Okay, remember to organize your numbers. It looks better and it's easier for you to work if you organize your numbers and if your numbers are neat. Okay, so that's a clue part. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and write the number 4. Remember the 4, it's on the ones place. It's only one number. So you go ahead and write it under the ones place, not the tens, under the ones. Okay, so you go ahead and put the 4 right here. Now remember that we need to solve first the ones. Okay, you multiply the 4 times the ones. Okay, then you go ahead and do it for the tens, but first the ones right here. So this one's gonna be 4 times 3. You don't have to do this if you already know what you're doing, but if it works for you, you can go ahead and do it. Okay, for this one, 4 times 3. This one's actually 12. Thumbs up if you have it in your head already. For this one, we don't go and put the 12 right here because that's gonna mess up with the other answer. So what you do right here is kind of like carrying. Okay, you're gonna carry the tens place, so which is the 1. You're gonna go ahead and put it right here. Okay, pretty much like when you're adding, you carry the number to the next one. Well, you do the same thing right here. Okay, let me show you how. So it's 12. So you put the 2 and you carry the 1. You carry the 1 because the 1 is actually on the tens place. Okay, you put the 2 under the ones, the 1 under the tens place. Now it's time for us to multiply 4 times 2. So we do 4 times 2, that's 8. But wait, we don't just go ahead and put the 8 right here because remember we carry a 1. So what we do with that is we add. So now we're kind of combining two operations. We're combining multiplication and addition. Always, the numbers you carry right here, you're going to add them to your answer. Okay, so that one was 8 plus 9. Plus 1, I give you the answer. And then you put the 9 right here. So your answer, your product is 92 for this one. Your product is 92. Okay, so now we did the traditional way. We got the answer. We carry, remember, we add. And then now we can go ahead and do the repeated repeated addition. Okay, repeated addition. Remember, you put your first product as many times, repeat it as many times as you're multiplying. Okay, so in this case, you're gonna put the 23 how many times? 4 times, exactly. So you're gonna put 23 plus 23 plus 23, and I'm missing one more because I have 4, so 23. So now I just go ahead and add my numbers. You can use grouping if that's easier for you. That's gonna be 6 and then another 6 and then 6 plus 6, that's gonna give you 12. Remember, when you're adding or multiplying, you carry the tens. Okay, so that's actually a 12. So I don't go ahead and put the 12 right like that, right? Because that's gonna be wrong. So I carry my tens to the tens place, and then I go ahead and add these. I can use grouping, or I can just add if that's easier. However, it's easier for you. So that one's a 4, that one's a 4. So 4 plus 4, that's 8. And remember to add this one right here, which is gonna be a 9. If you notice, you have the same answers. So you can work your multiplications as a traditional way or as a repeated addition. Just remember to be careful and to repeat your product, your numbers, as many times as you're multiplying by.